So yeah, here's my magical script. So I'm going here selecting all of the individual melody notes and then triggering my create events and markers from clips. Name the prefix that I want. And then here you go, it's created loads of destination markers with the prefix that I want for every the start of every clip. And you see that it's also created individual events for all of these that contain the individual event sounds. So why am I doing this? Well, because I'm going to use these destination markers to create callbacks to Unity so that as the music plays and it passes these destination markers, that sends a message back to the FMOD system. So setting up these destination markers is really important because then I can decide when and where the callbacks happen. So these are all fire sounds that are being created in MetaSounds. So this is actually based off using a sample, using a wave player. So we'll just check out that sample now. It's quite short and quite predictable. If you were to play that and loop that, you'd have to get a longer sample. So in order to get a bit more out of it, I've used these grain delay modules, which is granular synthesis. So it chops up the sound into lots of different sounds and applies different types of randomization to them in terms of the length of the little bits and the pitch of the little bits. And again, by gating probability, I can direct the different kind of sound that I'm getting out of it. So I've got this projectile roll event here, which is called switching by the kind of material that is rolling on. And each of these I've actually broken up a longer ball rolling sample into various segments that then randomly loop around each other. And I've added a little crossfade on each of those as well. So we have this very natural sounding roll, as well as just randomizing the sample. It's modulated by the speed of at which the ball is rolling, or the sphere is rolling. And I also change the low frequency content by the size of the surface that is rolling on. This gold ball is a static mesh component, so it's not a blueprint, so it doesn't have anything by itself, but I've added the sphere roll and the collision component to it, which basically means that it can handle collision sounds. So if I just knock it off, and the nice thing about having that is I can expose different parameters. So for instance here, I've just made these parameters fit this larger object here by multiplying the strength of the collision, or here in the roll, I've given it a particular roll event because I wanted a particular sound for it. So then that way that whenever I kind of add a new object in that I want to roll, I just add a handler and I don't need any more logic. So yeah, thanks for checking this out. And if you want to check out some more stuff, then head over to javiervelastin.com/game audio.